Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or as we like to say here at Shady Acres Wood Shop, howdy. Today we have Cherry Plum. I did a Tuffy Marginez piece last week, and I'm doing another one this week. And the reason is, I wanted something small. I'm still waiting on my arm to cooperate, and I don't have a lot of strength in it just yet. So I wanted something small. I came out here to the shop. This is the first thing I set my eyes on. It's about 7 inches by about 3.5 inches in diameter. We're just gonna make us a live edge, quick, cute little bowl. We're gonna be turning at 700 RPM, 5/8 inch bowl gouge, mask and face shield on. The piece does have some decent sized cracks in the ends. I don't know if we'll turn them away or it'll blow apart. We'll find out. I'm going to pick the speed up some, I hope. Oh yeah, now we're talking 1200 RPM. That's kind of a funny looking thing, isn't it? I'm going to flatten off the bottom so that I can tell better what I'm doing. Yeah, there's some of those cracks looking good. I wanted to go with the recess, but with those cracks there, that's not a good idea. Well, I was going to say they're shallow, but maybe not. Well, if I go just a little bit further, they'll be gone in the bottom, and then I can use my recess. Yeah, I think we can get away with the recess. We'll mark out for that recess or tenon, either one, whichever way we can go here. I'm going to use a 3/8 inch bowl gouge to make that recess. And I'm going to use my Dovetail tool to create the dovetail on the side of the recess. That's good. Now we'll go back to the side profile, shrink down that base and see if we can't come up with some sort of acceptable shape here. We sure don't have it now. Ooh, lots of cracks, lots of cracks. That's okay. Charming. We'll call them charming. Got bark all the way down both sides. That's kind of cool. I'm inclined to go in here further, you know, dish it out more. Not necessary. Kind of looks like a Dixie cup. Is that what they call them? Dixie cup? Boy, I haven't said that word in a long time. No, we'll go with this. We'll go with the Dixie cup. I don't even know if that's the right thing to say. Time for sanding. I'm going to use two methods to sand. I'm going to use my Sandoflex to sand all this bark. And it's sharp. It's very sharp little pieces here. And I'll get these edges, which are also quite sharp. That's 180 grit, and that's as fine as I will go on the bark. And after that, I will switch to my 2-inch disc sander with 80 grit on it, and I'll work up through 400. And I'll show you both of those as soon as I get my mask on. Oh, that makes such a difference. Wow. It just feels so much better already. Then with the lathe spinning in reverse at about 380 RPM. That looks like that's going to be pretty easy. I'll bring it back here in a bit. We'll put some finish on there. See you in a bit. We're going with Howard Feed and Wax for this. I think it's going to bring out that beautiful grain quite nicely. Plus it makes the piece feel so good. Oh yeah. Yep. Just brings it right out. I put it on the bark and everything. I don't want to put it in the center of the recess yet. That's where I'm going to sign it. And this is mostly wax, and the ink won't stick to the wax. So I'll do that after I sign it. Boy, this is just quick and easy, isn't it? And then I'll let this set for about a half hour. I'll turn my lathe on. I'll take a fresh, clean cloth and just buff it like this after about a half an hour of setting up. So I'll bring you back when it's time to start working on the inside. See you in a bit. And we talked about this earlier, a recess when you have cracks present, and I have just the slightest little crack right here, just a little hairline crack. There's no cracks anywhere else around this. So I feel pretty secure. And again, this is a dovetail recess, meaning it's wider inside there than it is out here. And the chuck jaws are wider right here than they are just behind it. So I don't need a lot of pressure. I'm just going to put it on there and expand the jaws slightly. And turn it around and use the other one. And just slightly. And that's all it takes. It doesn't take much. It's not going to come off of there because of that dovetail. Okay. This is a little cutie, and I'm glad it's little because my arm is feeling the pain. Today it seems to have moved on to my wrist a little bit. We're going to use a 1/2-inch standard grind bowl gouge because it's kind of small. We'll see what kind of speed we can get here. We'll go there about 1300 RPM. 1/2-inch bowl gouge. Mask and face shield on. Just want to see where we are here. Can't really go too much further here or we're going to run off the sides. You can see there's a lot of cracks in there too. Yep, that's about as far as we can go. I'm going to do a little shear scrape right here. I can't believe I used that term Dixie cup. Who remembers that term? What's that from? I don't remember. I remember the term, but I don't remember the context. We're almost there, about 3/8 of an inch. Seems like it was a cup full of ice cream. I don't know if you got it at Dairy Queen or somewhere else, or maybe I'm just crazy. I remember there was a girl group, the Dixie Cups. Who remembers them? Can't remember what they sang, but I remember the name. Quarter-inch. I wish I could thin that down some, but well, maybe I can. Kind of late. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I'm just going to get a negative rake scraper and scrape the whole thing now. I believe we've got it. Yep, time for sanding. As on the outside, I'm going to start sanding with my Sandoflex, sanding all the bark and especially this very sharp edge right here. And when I'm done with that, I'll switch to my 2-inch disc at 180 grit. That scraper did a real fine job on the inside, so I'm going to start at 180 grit and work up through 400. I'll show you both of those as soon as I get my mask on. Oh yeah, see, that makes such a difference so quickly. Of course, this is a small piece. Then with the lathe spinning forward at 350. That looks like that'll be easy. I'll bring it back in a bit and we'll put some finish on there. This is probably the perfect gift solution when your spouse tells you, hey, we're going to so-and-so's for dinner tonight. You can knock one of these out in about 20 minutes. And then you got something to take along. I did go ahead and sand the outside again with 400, even though I'd already had a finish on it, because I'm going to refinish it. Just because I knew I would run over this little edge with the Howard Feed and Wax. Easy peasy. I'll let that dry for a half hour. buff it up. We'll be back and take a look at it. Now when I say this is a 20-minute bowl, I'm not counting finishing, because that, that depends on what you're going to put on there. If you're using sanding sealer and shellac or sanding sealer and some other finish, it's going to take longer to apply and much, much longer to dry. So I'm just talking about turning it and sanding it. Sanding it was like 5 minutes because it's so small. But everybody has access to little branch sections like this was. Just anywhere. Just in someone's yard or in a park somewhere. Already cut. Don't go out there with your pruning saw. I can't recommend that. But just a cute, quick little gift. Well, here it is. That cute, quick little 20-minute gift. 20-minute bowl in the books. Yeah, it's got some cracks in it. I like those cracks. That's just the wood. That's just how it is. Gives you something else to look at besides the beautiful grain in this particular piece. There's the bottom all finished up. Just quick and easy. Feels so nice. This would make a great gift for someone. Thank you, Tuffy Marginez, for sending this along for all to enjoy. If you like this video, thumbs up please, I'd sure appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, that is totally cool. Thank you very kindly. If you're not a subscriber, you might consider becoming one. I put out regular videos about one a week and I'd like to keep in touch. An easy way to subscribe is just click my picture you see there near the end of the video. Your comments are always welcome and I read all of them. So for now, this is Phil, Shady Acres Woodshop, signing off.